What up, y'all? Good morning, good morning, and welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I am your host, A.D. Walker, the pusher, the grower, the motivator. We appreciate you guys rocking and hanging and being with us this morning. Thank you guys for being here. Whew. What's up, Kathy? Good morning, Lisa. Good morning. Thank you guys for being a part of this week and this day's broadcast. It is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Appreciate you guys for being here and being a part of what we do every single day. We're all about having the conversations that we don't have enough of, and having the conversation that may be difficult to have, and just having conversations, period. Men talking about issues that we are dealing with. So today we're talking about, do you deal with issues or do you avoid them? Are you a conflict avoider? Do you avoid conflict, or are you a conflict resolutionist? So we're going to dig into that this morning. We're going to talk about that this morning. So again, I appreciate you guys rocking with us. If you've not ever had the opportunity to check out the Brothers of Legacy podcast, feel free to do so. Great podcast. It's the same thing, just without the faces. Actually, there will be some extras added to it starting this week. But yeah, so definitely make sure you check us out. Be a part. So listen, and make sure you share this broadcast, tag somebody. If you're part of our text community, I don't know what you're doing with your life. If you're not, and you've been rocking with us for any part of time, join our community. Text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. Again, text LWN to 84576. All of my people that are in LinkedIn land, I want to welcome you as well as we develop and grow. Hey, good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Richard. Appreciate you guys for being here. Appreciate you guys rocking and being a part. And like I said, today we're talking about dealing with issues, or do you avoid them? Conflict resolution. How do you deal with stuff and all that? Get into the intricacies of that as well. We got, 4 days? 4 days to Christmas. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like 5 days. 5 days of Christmas, guys. Countdown begins. Got kids, they're counting down. So definitely we appreciate you being a part. Like I said, make sure you share, join our text community, be a part of all the things that are happening in the Brothers of Legacy land. Pastor's seemed like he's having a little technical difficulties coming on. He will be here in a moment. But like I said, today we're talking about, do you deal with issues or avoid them? I'm going to share some of my personal fight with this topic, or this particular issue of mine. Get really transparent with it. But yeah, definitely, like I said, make sure you share, tag somebody, let everybody know that the brothers are in the building. I appreciate you guys rocking with me every single day, because you could be watching anything, but you're watching us. And I do not take that for granted. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Without further ado, we're going to kick it off. And then hopefully Pastor will be able to work through his technical issues and join us. All right. Let's see. Uno momento, por favor. All right. I want to welcome you to the Brothers of Legacy broadcast, where we are changing our community one conversation at a time, every day.
We are creating a new legacy.
Shade gon' come, shade gon' come, shade gon' come, shade gon' come, shade gon' come.
A co-op has to start with ownership. Right. We have a mindset of either I want to make a lot of money or survive. make a bunch of money, or I gotta figure out how to survive.
When you have a real bond, when everyone has, we come in with real expectations. Because this is covenant.
The whole point is this, that we as a people, with our money and time, are often making this general possible, often vested in the
Welcome back. That's a good question, Rich. We're gonna get into that. All right, so you had your opportunity to share. Hopefully you did so. Let everybody know that we are in the building. Let's do this. All right. All right, let's go. All right. Let's see. Oh, appreciate it, Rollins. Appreciate that. Love the intro. Appreciate that. All right. Richard jumps off and asks, is the human condition to avoid conflict rather than confront what's conflicting? The human condition. Well, I can speak on my condition. But I think for the most part, most people I think don't want to have to deal, I think everybody listening, everybody watching, right? Feel free to comment, on that question as well. Do you feel like is a human condition to try to avoid conflict? Like, do you really want to have to deal with certain things head on? Like, if you can find ways around certain things, do you do that, or do you really want to attack, every conflict? Let's squash it, let's deal with it, or you rather just go away? For me, I'd rather just go away. And that's been my life for a long time. I mean, I've gotten better with it. And this is speaking, of course, relationally, because that's the one that if there is a have to space in your life, it seems to be that spot where you have to deal with the conflict when it comes to your personal relationships. Let's see, Richard also said, one of my goals is always to super exceed my own and others' expectation. I got you. But yeah, I think with conflict, we get into a space where it's challenging. It's like you got to bring up what the issue is, or, even if it's something, I'm trying to find the word, the offense that's committed against you, bringing it up so you can deal with it. Because sometimes, you ever have something happen and you're like, why am I tripping? This is just dumb. Like, why am I letting this thing bother me? I was kind of like the master of letting it go, but sometimes that leads to a passive aggressiveness. Sean says, I found out that I am a non-confrontational person, right? If it's not worth the argument and time, I brush things off my shoulder, keep moving, learn to deal with conflict and face it head on. And yeah, it's challenging because a lot of times, there you go, in the building, here he is. But I like
struggling this morning, man. Sorry, I mean to interrupt.
Nah, you're good. A lot of times, the conflict is, to me, it's work. It's work, especially like if someone has offended me, right? So the energy, for lack of a better word, is on me, right? I could either take what has happened and deal with pastor head on and say, this I didn't like, or you offended me, or did this, or I reason in my head and I tell myself, it don't matter. But you gotta ask yourself, does it really matter? Because if it's still on me, like every time I see pastor, I think about it and I gotta squash it, then it's really bothering you. And it's gonna affect our relationship. Like now, he may not even know he offended me. Like I didn't realize what I said or did offended you. And it could have been one of them things like, we joke like this all the time. Because you ever had that? It's like, we play like this all the time. Like, maybe it's the season. Like, it's not as funny anymore. Like, my bad. We used to call it.
Or it hurt me the very first time you said it, and it has ever since.
Right. And I just never, I never address it. and you just keep bringing it up or keep saying it because you thought it was fine.
Yeah.
Good morning, Keita. Let's see. Richard says, do they offend you or do you choose to take offense? It's almost like both. Because, you know, like, because you said something that was disrespectful to me. And even if it's a broad span disrespect, like, you know, you may say something and it offends 5 of us out of 6. You know, like one half the room, like, ooh, I can't believe Pat said that. The other part, like, oh, I can't believe Pat said that. You know, like, you know, it's like, you know, and it's honest, it's individual. And I guess relationships kind of change or depending on, some people are just rough with the mouth. You know, like it's not an excuse, it's just how they are. You know, like it's gonna be like one of the things, like it's gonna be hard for us to have a relationship because unfortunately I'm struggling in this department. You know, like, and so I'm probably gonna offend you a whole lot. You know, like those moments, like, yeah, we're coming crowds and some folks just you know, like I'm pretty thick skinned, like I can take some stuff, you know, but there's some folks like, this dude just he just way too rough. You know, so it's one of those moments. So that's where the offense happens. And like you take it to certain folks, it just, you know, the worst is you want them to receive it, but then some people are like, man, that's just how I am. You know, and further taking it like yeah. Oh, let's see. So Sam says, what constitutes confrontation? Does everything have to be confrontational? No, I don't think so. Like, to me, confrontational in my mind, and correct me if I'm wrong, Pastor, like I say something, you don't agree about how, you know, like you took it wrong, you know, like, and this is maybe a back and forth kind of thing, as opposed to I say it and you're like, my bad, I didn't realize, you know, that me saying whatever or doing whatever was an offense. So I think that's not a confrontation per se. I don't know. What do you think? What's your take on confrontational?
When you said it, I wanted to look up the definition.
Okay.
Right. The formal definition.
Right. There we go.
And this says a hostile or argumentative meeting or situation between opposing parties.
Right. Okay.
Right. And so the challenge I have is anytime you're trying to deal with something,
right,
it's a confrontation.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how I personally feel.
Because you're confronting.
Right. I have to confront whatever this is.
Right.
I got to deal with it. So to deal with it is to confront.
Right.
That's how I view it. When I look at the definition here, it says two opposing parties. But confronting a situation does not make me in opposition of the person I'm talking to.
Right.
So I feel like there can be healthy confrontation and unhealthy confrontation.
Yeah.
Depending on what your projected outcome is. What do I want to get out of this? If I want resolution out of this, my hope is that it's a healthy confrontation and we can work through it.
Right.
You know, if I'm just trying to create some madness, then it's unhealthy. Or I could want something good to come out of it, but I don't know how to deal with it, which makes it unhealthy.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I could want to fix it, but I'm so angry, I'm doing more damage than good because of my approach.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely. Hey, good morning, Keita. Sean says it's the emotional side that I did not want to deal with, but it's the emotional side that makes the difference to the victim and or offender. Yeah, definitely having to deal with those emotions. Someone said to me, truth hurts like a dagger, lies soothes. Oh, wait, like a dagger, lies soothe like honey. Just a lie, just tell a lie. Oh, that's where diplomacy and soft skills come into play. Indeed, I think, but it's just the deal. I think for me, it's more dealing with the offense on my end. You know, like, I mean, it's not like I'm skillful at it. If the pastor's like, hey, so I need to holler at you about a situation, and I kind of know, like, oh man, what I do, you know, and you know, I can deal from that end. But my struggle is just dealing in my own feelings, because I, you know, and because it's, you ever had a moment some hurt your feeling a little bit, you're like, am I softening? You know, like, am I soft? You know, like, or do I, should I validly, you never ask somebody like, should I be offended? You know,
Yeah.
You're like, am I just being too sensitive? Or, you know, because it's funny. I had a friend, and you know, we had been friends for whatever long time, and something I had done, he had took offense to, and we hadn't talked in a while, but like on like comments and stuff, like on post, he would say stuff like, we would always go back and forth. I kind of was feeling like, I was like, he don't seem happy with me. Like he take stabs at me, but they were like, they was some serious. I was like, all right, brother, like that wasn't what we normally do, you know. Till I called him and he told me. I was like, why didn't you just tell me? You know, like, you got my number. Call me, text me. You know, just even if you text me, you mother. You know, like, I would like, oh, something must be wrong. You know, like, and so. And so it was that situation. Like, I got what he was saying, you know, and I corrected it, whatever. But it's those moments, like, you know, why hold it in? And I don't know if, you know, being a guy I don't know. Sometimes I feel like we hold it in more than women, but women probably may hold it in just as much. But, you know, do we actually confront? It's like the older I get, I realize dudes don't like to talk about their feelings or tell you why. They just rather just cut it off than deal with how someone offended. You know, like, there's certain things that you do that may be immediate, like it's not even worth, you know, he stole from me. He know it. I know it. He ain't never coming over here again. You know, like, there ain't no confrontation. There's no need, you know, unless he stole something super valuable, I'm kicking in the door. Other than that, it's just like, you know what? We know what it is. I know not to do that again. But there's certain things that's like, you know, you gotta have the conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Instead of letting a relationship change, you know, at least try to have the conversation. And from the being the offended, I know it's a struggle sometimes. It's like, I don't want to, but I can't let go what happened. That's the hardest part. I can't just let go of what happened. Have you had that experience, Pastor, or have you learned to, like, somebody stab you, you know, one time you kind of like, that hurt. I need to call them, you know, like, you know, you hurt.
You know, you making me think about something that was really, really comical. A great example of whether or not to confront something right on the surface as it happens.
Right.
Kevin Hart had some platform. He started some platform where he sits down with people and has conversations.
Okay. Yes.
And I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Heart to Heart. Mm-hmm. And one of the folks he brought in was Don Cheadle. You know what I'm talking about now?
Yeah, I know you're talking. I forgot what he called. Yeah, I know you're talking
because
about.
Don Cheadle said his age.
Yes.
Kevin Hart's reaction.
Right.
And how Don Cheadle processed it. Do you have that? If you have that,
that was good.
It would be great to pull up that video.
Let me see if I can find it.
Because it's only about a minute, a 160-second exchange between the two of them.
Right.
And you would think that what's amazing is how they play off each other, because both of them are comedic in this back and forth. But you know that they know each other, you know they're comfortable around each other,
right?
And they can take a hit, they can take a joke.
Right.
But the interaction with them resonated so well with me because it could have very easily gone completely downhill.
Yes.
If Don Cheadle wasn't more comfortable within himself.
Right.
Or if Kevin Hart was more defensive.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So there was a moment there where Don Cheadle confronted Kevin.
Right.
And both of them played it off.
Let's see.
There, yes.
All right, let's go. All right.
put things aside so that, you know, when we're
Can
not
you hear it?
here, people are taking
Turn it
care.
up.
It lasts more than just one generation.
Hold on.
Yeah, hit pause. Turn it up a little bit. Is that max?
Oh, that's it. That's it.
Everybody, turn your volume up so you don't miss this because this
Yeah.
is absolutely golden, right here.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't turn it up. Let's see. Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah. So we're gonna keep it quiet. We're gonna do this. There we go.
But at the same time, like I said, and me, you know, I'm 56 years old.
Damn. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was a thought. No, seriously. It was a thought. It was a thought, and I blurted it out. I did not mean it that way.
I'm fine.
Okay, but just understand, I didn't mean it the way it came out.
We'll take a poll on how you meant it with people here later after the show's over. But
I can sit up here and honestly say, buddy, that was from a place of love.
Got it.
Like,
Oh,
damn.
that was
Like, damn.
If we could play it back right now,
Play it back.
These are two different dams.
Play it back in slow motion.
There wasn't no.
I said.
There was no like. Wow.
I said,
amazing.
damn.
No, you said the word damn. Do you want me to tell you how you said it?
I know how I said it, Don.
Do you want me to say it back to you how I think you said it?
Go ahead.
Damn.
Not true.
Fam.
Not true.
Fam.
I said,
Kevin.
I said, damn it.
Each time you said it, now it's gotten quieter and quieter. I could barely hear you that last time when you said
Okay,
it.
that's good. That should be good.
So who has the problem?
Oh, I get it.
That's enough, right? Confrontations.
Yeah.
The way you,
I mean, that is a perfect example of, you know, do I want to deal with this? Do I really want to go there?
Right.
Or do I want to avoid it? Right.
Right.
Don Cheadle is like, okay,
Yeah.
I heard what you said. Kevin Hart is like, you heard it wrong. You know, we could take a poll on how you said it to determine how I'm supposed to feel. You know, yeah, and like how many ways could that have gone sideways?
Right.
How many relationships have been destroyed?
Yep.
Because they have not. I'm like, man, this topic that is the epitome of this topic today.
Right. Right. He said, we can.
And for everybody watching, you're welcome.
Right. He said we can all take a joke faster, but when it's about my disabilities, that's step well over the line. I got you.
Oh. Okay.
Go ahead, jump on that. Go ahead, jump on that.
No, put
What's
that
up, Kaneem?
Kaneem's comment. Put
Okay.
Kaneem's comment back up.
Okay. He said my ex-roommate thought his wife was telling all the family secrets to my wife. Then he looked at me like everything I said was a jab at him. Wow.
All right. So there's a lot there that could be unpacked because part of it is, you know, when you know you've done wrong, you automatically think the world is against you. You automatically expect that everybody's talking about you. Right. And the reality is everybody can see who you are in a lot of cases. So no one has to talk. Everybody can see it.
Right.
Right. And so you and what people don't understand is in a lot of cases, you give up your own secrets by how you act, but you can't see what you're doing to people. I say the statement all the time. A lot of people can hear themselves talking, but they don't understand how they sound.
Right.
So ain't nobody talking about you. You talking yourself.
Yep.
That's one piece. The other one is, I just heard this 2 days ago. I heard a man and a wife having a conversation about relationships between people.
Okay.
And he said, when I try to express myself to you, when I try to tell you how I'm feeling, you receive it as an attack. Right. So me trying to express how I feel gets received by you as an attack. And then instead of dealing with how something makes me feel, we're only dealing with my attack on you. Right. And so if you constantly feel attacked by me, now I look like a threat to you. And now I have to back away and I can't even express how I feel. So I have to suppress it. Because anytime I try to talk about it, you feel like I'm attacking you.
Right. So now we're not really dealing with anything.
We've never resolved anything. You still don't even understand how I feel.
That's good. Yeah.
So I'm mad because I can't express myself. But somehow my anger, my frustration is going to come out.
Yeah.
It's going to come out in other behaviors, because if I can't talk to you,
Right.
I got to talk to somebody. Or I got to do something to let off. Right.
Steam, right.
Right. And then you feel like we can't have conversation. And the reason we can't have a conversation is because unless I'm catering to something that makes you feel okay,
right,
as long as you're comfortable with the conversation we're having, we can talk. But the minute you're uncomfortable, we stop talking. That's not relationship.
Right. Indeed. It's that as well, you know, having those conversations and, you know, finding a way to talk to each other, you know, because that's kind of where me and Sam were at one point, you know, like I felt like it was always what I wasn't doing. And that's kind of how I received it. It was just like always what you ain't doing, you know, like and not receiving, you know, the things that were good and correction. And it's not like she's always just talked about the bad stuff, but if you asked me a poll back then, I was like, yeah, she 90% bad, 10% good. You know, like, you know, that was where I was at. That's what I heard. That's how I was feeling. But it you know, but then beginning to try to have the thoughtful conversation and listen, like, okay, you know, and really kind of get out of how I'm feeling and listen to how she's feeling, you know. And I think that was the biggest challenge in that space. And like I said, you know, then get into a space where I can kind of speak up about how I feel about things or what hurt me or, you know, what's bothering me was another step. Right. She was always trying to help to evolve. It's just I wasn't receiving it. It's just I was, you know, like I said, now, you know, it's a fight. And I think that's the biggest thing. Just, you know, like I said, when you realize something has offended you and you want to have the conversation, it's just about having it. And then if you're the one that offended somebody, it's just being willing to listen, you know. And even Kevin, this is a rough example, but you know, Kevin's like, I didn't mean it like that. You know, like
no, Kevin was like, I didn't even say it like you heard it.
Right. I know.
Right. And Kevin, I was like, that's not what I said. That's not how I said it. And then with each evolution, we got softer and softer.
Right. Yeah. He got some dang. I said,
and so another damaging aspect of not wanting to confront things is how you misremember.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
I said, "Ooh, I wish I could have recorded that to play it back later."
Right.
You know, because you're never gonna know how that sounded unless I had it on record.
That's deep as well. You're right.
But the thing is, you know, we're talking about conflicts or issues in relationships, but there are issues that we have within ourselves that we turn a blind eye to internally.
Right.
You know, I remember many years ago, I didn't pay a bill and my credit got bad. You know, and instead of going back and fixing that bill, I just tried to go do something else. Right. But that didn't fix the problem, just created another one. You know, and you don't want to deal with this issue of credit.
Right.
Because you feel like you don't have the money anyway. Right. So you go to the quick fix.
Right.
And it just exasperates the problem because now you're just building more bad habits. Right.
Yes.
And so by the time you actually deal with it, you got a mountain instead of a molehill.
Right.
Because you just didn't want to deal with it. You know, and it's crazy. We do this stuff. We do it on the job.
Yes.
We do it with our health. You know, I got this pain.
Right.
I don't even want to know what it is.
Right. Oh man.
I don't even want the reveal to happen because if I find out what it is, it might make me feel worse.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna hope that it goes away. You know, talk church.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm a prayer away. I got Jesus.
Like all of a sudden you this person of faith for this, right? But you can't trust me to walk your child across the street. But you got faith to believe God gonna heal this. But it's amazing what the mind will do and what we do that is a part of our human nature.
Right.
But we avoid things, and I'm not everybody, but I'm saying it's so amazing how there are simple things that we avoid that we try to avoid that become major obstacles in our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely dealing with those issues. Yeah. And so, moving away from relationships to your own personal issues or struggles. Yeah, definitely is a big one. That health thing is serious because, we all pretty much know our body. We know our limitations. At least the older you get, you realize, you know what? There's a certain limitation I got now. Certain things, it's not gonna happen. And you feel it. Like I said, you feel it. Even Kaneem was talking about it yesterday. About what was going on in his body and stuff like that, and then realizing it was a lot more. So yeah, it's serious that you pay attention, and no one wants to hear bad news, but at the same time, if it's there, it's there, and we always, and if you watched enough movies, oh, I'm glad we caught this quick, glad we found out about this now, or even you hear people like, oh, you should have, I wish you came to me 2 years ago, like when you started feeling it. Yeah. Because then it mitigates, it makes it easier for treatment to happen. Because some things are like, oh, it's only right there, all we got to do is take that out. Or even I know it's bad, but even just taking your hand off as opposed to your arm,
losing your life,
or just you not making it. So we have to, and it goes back. I probably had this conversation, being honest with yourself, being honest about, what's going on, and confronting it. And I know no one wants to deal, especially if you have a history of something, and you feel something somewhere that may have killed, at your parents or grandparents or something like that, and you feel it in your back, you're like kidneys or, something that's major, and you're like, I don't want to deal with it. That don't make it go away. Like Pastor saying with the bill, like him not looking at it won't make it go away. And I was like notorious for that. Like, I ain't picking up that phone. If I don't pick up the phone, they'll stop calling. They'll just forget about the car. So, and unfortunately, my wife could tell you I've made a whole mess of stuff. Just, what happened? Oh, I ain't talked to them in 5 months. Like, I ain't talking to them. But just have, even if you have nothing, just, hey, let me tell you my situation. But at least you talk to them because they pull the trigger once you stop talking. It's like, well, I guess we got to go get what we got to go get, So it's that, and just, you can't avoid stuff.
I have an embarrassing story to tell.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yesterday morning, Sunday night, I put the garbage can out, the trash bin out for the trash man to come and pick it up. And, I can actually see, and I have a window in my office where I can actually see the front of my house. And I saw the truck coming, to get the trash, to collect the trash from the cul-de-sac.
Right.
And he went right past my trash bin.
Wow.
And left it. And I'm looking and I'm like, why did he leave my trash? And so I go outside and I'm like, my mind must be playing tricks on me, or my eyes are playing tricks on me. So I go outside and I lift up my lid and like my trash is still there. And I looked up my neighbors and like their trash is gone. I'm like,
let me go make sure. It was just
so I immediately come inside and I look up my account.
Oh,
and it says credit hold.
Oh,
you pay like every 3 months.
Right.
Like $50.
Right.
And I'm like, credit hold. I'm like, but it's on automatic debit.
Yeah.
and I look up in my bill planner or whatever that you call it,
Yeah.
and it says no automatic payment. It's inactive.
Oh wow.
So in my mind,
Right.
it's automatic.
Right.
But the reality is I changed my card
Right.
and never updated it.
Gotcha.
Right.
Right.
So my bill was past due.
Wow.
So they didn't pick up the trash. So
Right.
I have to take Brienne to her apartment. We want to get some more clothes since she's out of school for the
Right.
holiday.
Right.
And I'm on the phone with them. Like first of all, I tried to call them 3 times. After 20 minutes, I just had to hang up. They weren't answering.
Right. Right.
So I'm calling them while I'm driving Brienne out to Georgia State to get her apartment. And I finally reached someone after 20 minutes.
Nice.
And the person on the phone is very short. I'm like, somehow I'm like, and I went online and I paid my past due. So I'm trying to, and she's like, okay. And I'm like, is it possible to have somebody come back out and get the trash? And she said, well, no, you can't just pay your past due. You have to pay your past due. Plus you have to pay 6 months in advance.
Wow.
Yep. So, but I don't care. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, okay, fine.
Right.
Here's your credit card number.
Right.
I said, so now is it possible to have someone come back out? She goes, well, it's going to take 48 hours for this to hit your account. So you're going to have to wait until next week's pickup. And then my daughter's like, Daddy, today's Monday. That's next Monday.
Right.
And I'm like, ma'am, we're not going to make it till next Monday.
Right.
Hear me now. My daughter's getting frustrated.
Right.
She wants to and I can hear in the person's voice, they're waiting on me to get mad.
Wow.
They're waiting on the confrontation.
Wow.
Because she's already excited about telling me, you're going to have to deal with this trash.
Right.
And in my mind, I'm saying,
she
deals with frustrated people all the time.
Right. She's ready to fight.
Right. And so I'm saying, and I'm just like, I'm playing light. I'm like, oh, well, okay, I understand. Is there any way we could have I know that you have the ability to actually schedule a special pickup. Is it possible to do something like that even for a fee? Right. No, not in this season because we're backed up. And so we're just not going to be able to do that. You'll just have to wait. And I said, okay, part of the rules is you all say we can't put trash outside the can.
Right.
So I'm going to have more than what fits in the can. And she goes, I'm really sorry. You're just going to have to wait till next week. And you're right. Yeah, you can't have trash outside the can. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, do you have a resolution? Do you have something that I can do?
Right.
And she has nothing. Her only response is
next week, Monday.
Right. So I'm like, okay, thank you. Happy holidays. And I get off the phone. My daughter's livid. She said, what are they expecting? I'm like, baby, I didn't pay the bill.
Right.
I got to figure it out.
Yeah.
I just got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, Daddy, where are we going to take the trash? I'm like, find somewhere,
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is the point I'm making is I could feel the energy on the phone.
Right.
With her saying, I can't wait for you to get mad.
Right.
I can hear it in her tone. Like, I can't wait.
Right. When you mad, let's you ramp up, I'm gonna ramp up.
Right. I'm enjoying telling you,
Right.
Right.
Yes, indeed, Sam. The trash people are the worst sometimes. The worst.
Well, it's like going into the Social Security office.
Right. When I'm paying, this is a big service.
They're constantly dealing. If you have to call customer service 9 times out of 10, something is wrong.
Right. So they know you on the phone because there's a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're gonna remain calm and just tell you, nope.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're gonna have to wait. Yeah, I know. Yeah, your garage is gonna be stinking. Everybody's gonna think that you're broke.
Everybody's think you're broke.
That's gonna be you.
He said the trashiness of it all, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
But again, so what is the message? Deal with your stuff before trash builds up and your garage begins to stink.
Message. There you go. There it is. He took the long way on you on that one. That was good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Christmas holidays, and I'm gonna have 3 times the trash.
Whew.
I got to go find a landfill now.
All right. right. Good luck with that one. Let me know if you found one. Because I had that issue. I had to get really creative.
Yes,
take care of your trash.
Take care of your trash.
Take care of your trash. Yes, indeed.
As soon as I got back home from getting more clothes for Brienne, I opened up the garage, and there's a trash bag sitting on the floor in the garage.
That's when you make a declaration. This week,
you don't deal with your
trash.
Every time you come home, your issue is going to be staring you in the face.
Right. Oh man. Every time. Can't get away. Gotta deal with it. With it. Indeed. All right. So we appreciate you guys rocking and hanging with us and being part of the broadcast. As we talk about dealing with, do we deal with our issues or do we avoid them? And you guys in the audience, let us know, like, do you have struggle in dealing with issues, or are you a confronter? Are you a confronter right then? Or do you let it marinate, question it, and then you deal with it? Are you like Don Cheadle? Wait, that hurt. What's that supposed to mean? Do you confront it right there, or do you wait until another time? So let us know in the comments how you feel about that. Because we're wrapping up, we're about to close, but if you guys got anything to share or any questions, any part of this conversation that you want us to tackle or talk about that you probably might be waiting for, like, they ain't even mention such and such. So feel free to throw that in there. So just continue to support and join our community. Text LWN to 84576. Never miss a broadcast or an episode. If you didn't know, we're all on LinkedIn. So if you have a LinkedIn account, make sure you go to my page and you share out the broadcast. I try to do it with the Brother Legacy page because it doesn't have enough traction. They rejected it, so I had to do it on my personal page. So go see me, share it out, let everybody know on LinkedIn know. All right. Lisa said, I have learned to be a confronter up front instead of letting things linger and get worse. Nice.
Yes. You need to do a seminar on that, Lisa, especially for young people, because what I tell my children is, if you don't learn early to confront things, it makes life very, very difficult as you get older. And the greatest ability is to learn to confront it, is to learn to deal with things early. And what happens is you build up strength. Right. So that you're not having to fight through your own stuff before you could even get to the real stuff that you have to deal with, because sometimes the weight becomes the damage. Yeah. Definitely. Right. And so you never get to the problem because you can't even deal with the weight of carrying the madness from all the stuff that you've held in and you never dealt with for years. And then you have all these triggers. Right. Because you never dealt with stuff, and folks say one thing and it triggers something in your mind. They have no idea they've just triggered you. And then all of a sudden they look like the problem you had 20 years ago. Right. And they're fighting a ghost. Right. I'm sorry, we're going all the way back into
that's good.
And I say, like we do this and we have comedy with this. We laugh, we joke and all of that, but there is really a method to this madness. AD and Brothers of Legacy are not, we're not that boring college professor. We're not Charlie Brown's teacher. Right. I know that we have to say things to entice you, to keep you excited, keep you laughing and all of that. But at the end of the day, it's all about a healthier life. Definitely. And so for those of you out there that really, if you've got some issues, if you got some questions, you can send a question in and no one know that it came from you. Right. Exactly. Reach out. We'll deal with it. Let us know if there's something that you all want to talk about. I know AD will put it on the schedule for us to kind of process through or have some conversation about. So please don't be afraid to do that, because we're just trying to have an impact. That's what this is all about. So I thank you, brother, for what you're doing in this holiday season. We have reasons to be thankful. And I'm thankful for the vision of Brothers of Legacy, man, because I believe, I know factually, many people have been blessed through this platform. I have been blessed through this platform.
Appreciate it.
So I applaud you, man, for your consistency, continuing to push this thing forward.
Awesome. Appreciate that, Pastor.
Absolutely.
He said, okay, well, he said, the first thing he said, more of a confronter these days. Was not before. It depends on the situation. I'm working on nurturing, I guess, some of my triggers, neutering, I guess, some of my triggers, making some progress. Some triggers starting to improve. Indeed.
Awesome.
Indeed.
Awesome.
And I think I think those are the moments you need to step back and think about, like, especially if it's small or something so crazy and it catches you off guard. Yes, Bill, such a blessing. Appreciate that, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
It catches you off guard, those triggers. And then you got to ask, why am I so triggered by that statement? Why am I so triggered by that comment? Especially if it's something like just off the wall, like, and someone may ask you, like, man, why are you so bothered by that? It may not be what that person said. It may be something, like you said, that happened a long time ago that I let go and I didn't say anything and it bothered me. And now I'm 15 years in and now this statement triggers me, and it's dealing with that and not blaming that person for the trigger that I had, but dealing with it. And maybe even if I bring, like, Pastor, I don't know why that statement you said has bothered me so much, and it's not your fault. Maybe just having a conversation will get it out. Man, this one, I don't need to be on the couch. I just need to talk about it and deal with it. And Pastor's like, I feel you. I got it. You good? I'm good. It's just the process. I just need to say it out loud. Like, why is this stupid saying trigger me? Because I'm sure people may get triggered by the N-word, and it may be something that happened years or decades ago, it's definitely, hey, Mama Corey. He said, yes, greeting brothers, Rutgers. I like that. So I'm blessed by Anthony, Pastor, and Ephraim, and Kaneem in my life. Pastor's a friend, a wise counselor, and was wise like an adopted father. That's awesome. That's awesome.
It is awesome to an extent. When a grown man says I'm like an adopted father, that just makes me sound even more old. Right. I don't know. Should I be offended? How do I?
Listen, I was going into QT. Someone was opening the door. He said, I got you, Pop. I said, Pop?
I love it.
Pop.
I love it. I love it.
Pop.
Or OG.
Right. Oh man, yeah. OG. Yeah.
Like, is it the gray? Is it the gray? No, it's all of it. Right. Everything about you screams old.
Right. I was like, oh man, I thought at least I had another 10 to 20 on that before I started getting popped. He said that. You see why I need a new phone. Oh man. All right. So like I said, we appreciate you guys rocking with us. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We will definitely see you guys tomorrow. Rollins said, someone called me old school on the basketball court. You just like,
it might have been because of your socks. You never know.
Did you have them up?
Yeah, the question is, what did your socks look like? Because there are seasons for socks, how you wear your socks on the basketball court. You might be in the wrong season, bro.
Right.
Yeah. I came back from Korea, man, and went to go play basketball with my little brother back in 86, 87.
Yeah.
And him and his little friends was sitting downstairs on the couch waiting for me. And I come running downstairs ready to go ball. And he was like, no.
You're out of your element, my brother. We need to.
Yeah, I had the Michael Cooper with the socks pulled up.
Oh.
Yeah. And that season,
it was down.
Everybody was pushing the socks down.
Damn, right.
Yeah. And he was like, nope. And they laughed so hard, man. And I didn't understand. I'm like, I came from Korea. That's how we balled in Korea.
Right.
It might have been your socks, Rollins.
Yeah, right. It's the socks. All right, let's go. We getting out. Wife says I always take a long time to close. All right, we're gone. See you tomorrow. Stay connected with the Join Our Community. Text LW to 84576. All right, we look forward to see it. See, but look, Sam, they keep commenting. I can't ignore the comments. He said, not the socks. It was not showing out dribble.
Right.
Oh,
You
okay.
weren't getting your Kyrie on. Okay.
Right.
Still living in the Magic era. You want to pass the ball.
Right.
You weren't breaking ankles.
Let's see. All right. So we out of here. See you in the AM. Hold on. One more comment. Oh.
See? We're trying to go, but Samantha keeps commenting.
See, we got the peace sign up. We going. We leaving. We out right now. We out. Let's see. Hold on if I can find it. As always, we love you. Know that God loves you more. Stay safe. Thank you guys for rocking, hanging, being. Make sure to sharing is caring. All of my replay peoples.